Here is a very brief review of one-step algebraic equations. It is so super important that we all are able to do these one-step equations flawlessly. Our next step is going into two and more step equations. So we really have to hone these skills. We did this a lot in Unit 1 at the beginning of the school year, but we need to review this one more time. So I'm going to share my screen with you. This is a very brief video. And share that with you. We're going to do just a couple problems. Just remember, when we are solving for a variable, we are always going to do the opposite operation than what is with the variable in order to get the variable by itself. That is the ultimate goal. So in an addition problem where we have something added to a variable, we're going to do the exact opposite. We are going to subtract that same amount. So x plus 7 equals 20. We have plus 7, so we are going to subtract 7. And that gets rid of this value. We have to do the same thing to both sides. So we are left here with x on the left, and then 20 minus 7 is 13. So x equals 13. I find it very helpful if you do this step until you are absolutely certain you don't need it anymore. Because I know how much we all love negative numbers. When we start throwing negative numbers in there, I know things are going to get a little confusing. And I may just throw one of those in there in a bit. All right, so for the next one, y minus 4 equals 11. We have a subtraction next to our variable. Okay, so the opposite or the inverse operation of subtraction is adding. So we are going to add 4 to both sides. And this drops off. That cancels each other out. So we are left with y on the left, and 11 plus 4 is 15, and that is solved. Now, 5q equals 30. Just a reminder, when you see a coefficient right next to a variable, that is assumed to be multiplication. Okay. So the inverse of multiplication is division. So we are going to divide both sides by the same number, by that coefficient. So the 5s drop off, they divide off. So I am left with q on the left, and then 30 divided by 5 is 6. And then finally, if we have a division problem, so our variable is divided by a constant, p divided by 7 equals 6. So what we are going to do, since this is a division, the inverse operation is multiplication. So we are going to multiply both sides by 7. These drop off, they divide out. So I'm left with p equals 42. And that is a review of one-step algebraic equations.